What's up guys, Jemillio here with another SUPERX product breakdown. Of course, we're talking about the Green Arrow collection. This is going to be a cool video because I got some insider information to go over, and also there's going to be a giveaway because I said if I can get to 1,000 subscribers, the goal that I had was by the end of summer. Well, guess what? Summer's not over, and I got to at least 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So we're going to go over all of that coming up. Green Arrow, aka Oliver Queen, is an interesting character. You know, he's kind of changed a lot over the years. A lot of people were first introduced to him on the show Arrow that was on the CW a number of years back. I was first introduced to him in Justice League Unlimited. That was kind of where I really saw him when I was a kid watching the Cartoon Network show. And you know, he was like almost like a Batman type character mixed with Robin Hood.
I'll sure feel better. But it'll make me a little cranky.
He would use trick arrows. The funniest one that I would see him use, which I thought was cool, is like the boxing glove arrow. But he had all these gadgets and stuff. You know, he has like his arrow cave and the arrow car. It was very kind of reminiscent of Batman. And then I think what happened is in the comics somewhere along the lines, even in the show they kind of did it, but they kind of made him like an SJW where he was just anti-capitalism, but he's still rich from capitalism. So I don't really know what that was. And then in the Arrow show, it was like, they try to make him darker and grittier, almost like a Bruce Wayne type guy. So they've done a number of different things with the character, but this collection is not based on a show or any particular look. It's just sort of an evergreen or just a general Green Arrow inspired collection. So it's taken, you know, from a lot of different images, whether it's in the comics or the shows or live action, stuff like that. So there are 6 items in total. We're gonna go over each one. We're gonna first start off with the limited edition zip-up hoodie. Now I am 5'10", 190 pounds, and I'm wearing a large in everything. So in this hoodie, as you can first see, let's talk about the color. The color is like this muted green. I like this color here. It's not an emerald green, it's not too bright. Details on this are bold on their own, so I like kind of the muted green that they went with. Some features on here are at the very top, you're gonna see what's called a zipper garage, and that just prevents your beard or your hair from getting caught in the zipper. One of my favorite features on this is the zipper tab in the middle and on the pockets are custom made. They look like arrowheads. I think that's really cool. Down the middle of the torso, you're gonna see that stitching pattern that is synonymous with all of their hoodies and joggers and stuff, where it's these multiple panels stitched together. The fabric is the same fabric on all of their hoodies, which is a cotton polyester spandex blend, which means it's going to allow airflow but still keep you warm, and it's got a good amount of stretch to it. This is a kind of like a slim fit, hugs your arms and your chest, and it's a little bit looser in the body, and it has more of an elongated cut. You have heat transfer tape underneath the chest. You have 2 zippers, one on the left and the right side. You have mesh material that is underneath the arm, and it goes along the upper back. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice here on this Green Arrow hoodie is there's no logos anywhere on here. And I got some information. You know why they don't have any logos on here? This is straight from Warner Brothers. If you look at, like, you know, Thor from Marvel, or even like the Harley Quinn collection that came out, Harley Quinn is like a little logo that Warner Brothers has approved that can be used for the clothes. So whenever you do like officially licensed stuff, this is all officially licensed gear. Whenever you do officially licensed stuff, the licensor, let's say it's Disney or Warner Brothers or Hasbro, whatever, they will tell you, hey, this is the official logo, use this. You can't use anything else, you gotta use this. Like, okay, cool. Did you know that Warner Brothers, officially, they do not have an official logo for Green Arrow? Ain't that some bullshit? Now you might be saying, but Jamil, I've watched Justice League Unlimited, I've watched Young Justice, I've seen all these different things where, you know, there's like a G with an arrow in between, you know, like a G with an arrow that goes through it. What about his outfit on the New 52 comic covers or a DC Rebirth? Like, I've seen different logos for Green Arrow, and you would be right. Warner Brothers has said we don't have an official logo for Green Arrow. So you're not gonna see any logos on anything in this collection. Talk to them about it. Talk to them about it. I think it's nonsense. Come on now. But you gotta talk to Warner Brothers about it because that's crazy to me. Anyway, my sizing recommendation for this hoodie is going to be stay true to size. I wear a large in all my other hoodies. I'm wearing a large in this one, and my recommendation would be wear whatever size you normally wear in your hoodies. Now let's go on to the limited edition joggers. Same great material, same great fabric. You got the same paneling that you would have like on the hoodie. Some details on this are you have an open pocket on the left side, zipper pocket on the right with that same custom zipper tab. When you come down the leg, you have some heat transfer tape detail down in the front of the calf, and you have zippers on these down at the calf as well. So the same as like the Thor joggers that just came out before this. I'm not a fan of zippers on my joggers. I would rather have the cuffs. That's just a personal preference of mine, but the zippers work really well. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just a personal, preference of mine for them to not be there. One thing that SUPERX joggers do, which I like a lot, is they all have this crotch gusset. So instead of having a seam that runs all the way from the back to the front, you don't have to worry about your pants ripping. And the gusset is extra stretchy because it is that mesh material. You also have that same material on the black running right underneath the drawstring. Same great color, same great fabric. I think these joggers are very comfortable. They fit great, looks great with the outfit. Sizing recommendation on these, again, true to size. I'm wearing a large in these. I wouldn't size down, I wouldn't size up. Stick with whatever size you typically wear in joggers. Now we're gonna move on to the high-ribbed joggers. These are the same fabric and the same fit and the same feel as the high-ribbed joggers that came out with the Superman collection. So if you wanna see my review on the Superman collection, I'll put a tab somewhere up here and it'll show up in the link in the description. These are a nylon spandex blend. So they're very light, very stretchy. They don't feel at all like the limited edition joggers that go with the tracksuit. These are totally different. Waistband feels great. There is mesh on here also, but it's a different kind of mesh. So it has mesh at the gusset where the crotch is. You have 4 pockets on here, so you have 2 zipper pockets on the front, which also have that custom zipper tab. You have 2 cargo pockets with metal button clasp. As you come down, you have that high cuff. Now, the only downside to this high cuff is it is snugger on your calves. It is a little bit harder to get on and off. If you are somebody who has big calves, if you got thick calves, these may not be the right joggers for you. I don't have big calves, so small calf gang here. But if you have monster calves, these may not be that comfortable. I don't have a problem with them. They are a little bit harder to get on or to get off, but they're still comfortable. I can still get them off okay. It's not a big deal. And these are very, very light. So the nice things with this too is like if you're someone like me, like I live in Southern California where it's warm almost all year round. If you're like in a hotter climate, Southern California, Nevada, Arizona, Florida, stuff like that, these are great because they will dry very, very quickly. I'm wearing a large in these. Sizing recommendation, like before, is going to be true to size. Don't see a reason to size up or down, so stick with your same size. Green Arrow layered shorts. Now these are the same, almost like the Thor shorts that came out before it. So you got open pocket on the left, you have a zipper pocket on the right, and then you have that under layer with a print. So the one cool thing is they do have like an arrow design on that under layer. It's not like an official logo, it's just sort of would be considered a graphic, but it has an arrow on the inner right side, and then you have a pocket on that left side. Now, for these shorts, the inseam is shorter on the sample than it is going to be on the final product. The inseam on the final product is going to be a 7-inch inseam. These that you see me wearing are a 5-inch inseam. 5 inches is booty short inseam. That is nut hugger, that is hoochie daddy shorts. That's why they look like that on me, but I wanted to model them for you just so you could see what they look like. But the final inseam is going to be 2 inches longer, 7 inches. So they're going to look like the Thor joggers looked, or like the Joker, joggers. The Thor shorts and the Joker shorts and the Superman shorts, those are all 7-inch inseams. So they're going to look like those. If you pick those up, that's what they're going to look like. They're not going to be like hoochie daddy short like you see these. But in terms of the comfort, the fit, the feel, they feel great. No real complaints on these. If you like the other layered shorts, you're gonna like these layered shorts. If you don't like layered shorts, then you're not gonna like them. Sizing recommendation is true to size. I wear a large in all my other layered shorts from every other brand that I wear. So I would say stick with whatever size you normally wear in layered shorts. This collection also has relaxed fit graphic joggers like we've seen for some of the past few collections. Same style, same material, same features as the Joker relaxed fit joggers and the Thor relaxed fit joggers. You have 2 open pockets, one on the left, one on the right. You have SUPERX embroidered on the right leg. You have a cool graphic down the left leg. These are a lot heavier than the limited edition joggers. Those are a polyester spandex cotton blend. These are just cotton. They're big, they're baggy. It's not my cup of tea. I don't necessarily care for that look. It's very popular. I can't really fault the pants for it. That's how they're designed. They're designed to be big and baggy and loose and wide at the bottom. It's just not my cup of tea. It's not my style. But my sizing recommendation is going to be true to size. I wear a large in these. I wear a large in all my other joggers. Going smaller is just going to make the waistband smaller and make the length shorter. But either way, no matter what size you get, they're all going to look big and loose and wide and baggy because that's how they were made. So that's my sizing recommendation. It's to go true to size. Now you can't have a collection without having some performance tops, right? But we only have one performance top for this one. There were going to be other ones. I'm going to get into why we don't have them, but let's first talk about what we do have. We have a great performance tank top. Now this material is a nylon spandex blend. It's the same fabric that I went over in the Thor review. Check out that review. Very silky smooth, extremely stretchy, very comfortable, dries very, very quickly. If you live in a hot climate, these are like a no-brainer. You have a mesh panel that's across the chest there that feels great, and that same mesh runs along the black part on the upper back here. Now you have all these different stitch patterns here is different fabric pieces stitched together. So you get this sort of like 3D armor look even on the performance tops. It's not just one panel like you get on most tops. You get this extra bit of detail that you generally will not see anywhere else except on SUPERX clothes. I love how this fabric feels. It feels great. I love the color. It matches great with the rest of the tracksuit. My sizing recommendation on this is also going to be true to size. I'm wearing a large in this. I wear a large in all my other tank tops. I'm glad I didn't size down. I don't need to size up. So yeah, those are my sizing recommendations on this. Now let's talk about the missing items. Like there was actually going to be a performance shirt and a performance long sleeve. What happened to those? Every so often, SUPERX likes to come out with a new product they've never come out with before. We saw it with the high rib joggers when Superman came out. We saw it with the relaxed fit graphic joggers when Joker came out. And so now they want to get into something called seamless. Seamless performance shirts and seamless performance long sleeves. Now what is that? Do a Google search, just type in seamless short sleeve, seamless long sleeve, and you'll find it. Other athletic companies, athletic brands make them. It's not a new thing. It's not like this hasn't existed before, but of course SUPERX is going to put their own spin on it. And they wanted to do that for the Green Arrow collection. But when you're working with a new style of something, you're looking at the fabrics you want to use and the fit and the cuts and making sure the materials and the product is up to snuff before you take it to market. And there just wasn't enough time by the time this collection had to come out, and so That's why it didn't come out with the Green Arrow collection. But the good news is the decisions have been final in terms of the cuts, the fits, the trims for other collections coming out. So going into later this year, you are going to be seeing seamless short sleeves, seamless long sleeves for other characters, just not enough time, unfortunately, for Green Arrow. So give you a little bit of insider information to let you guys know that when anything new comes out, whether it's, you know, a pair of joggers, a shirt, whatever, there's a lot of R&D that goes into it, and SUPERX has the standard. This is why I've been working with them for so long, because I love that they have this standard. You don't release something until it's ready to be released, period. If you're gonna come out with something and it's like a piece of crap, where other companies make something similar and yours is the bottom of the barrel and they're blowing you out of the water, then there's no point in coming out with it. Don't release it till you get it right. They got it right, but didn't have enough time to get it right for the Green Arrow collection. So there you go. If you guys saw anything in this collection that you liked and you want a discount, make sure to use my code at checkout, Jemillio, Jemil. It'll give you 15% off anything on their site, not just Green Arrow, but anything on their site, and it helps support me directly to keep making these videos for you guys. If you have any questions about sizing, let me know, and let me know too what your first introduction to Green Arrow was. Like I said, for me it was Justice League Unlimited. Now, let's talk about this giveaway. How do you enter? What are the rules? All you gotta do is read the instructions below in the description. I will have all the information down there, so make sure you don't miss it, so you can have a chance at winning this pullover hoodie. If you guys have any questions about sizing, etc., let me know in the comments. Also, I am a personal trainer and an online coach, so if there are fitness goals that you have that you need help with, make sure to check out my website and reach out to me. My website is in the description below as well, or you can just DM me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.